Friday the 13th, part 2. All the work's now been done on these two little beauties. These are my beautiful taped latest possessions. This is the little Solingen with a beautiful shield and Solingen inscription. This one is an equally beautiful, but did have corrosion on the edge. So this is the Torrey razor company. This one, of course, is Worcester, Massachusetts. This one has had a bloody good workout on the stones. I didn't realise that some of the little corrosion pits were a little bit deeper than I first thought. So anyway, they've both been through my trusty 1000 grit Kingstone. They've both been through the 3K Professional Nanoa. They've both been through the 5K Shapton. They've both been through the 8K Nanoa. And finally, last but not least, they've actually both had the Nanoa. Not the Nanoa, what am I talking about? The Nanohone, which is a 10K. So I killed the edges several times. And in the process, you can guarantee that way that you are in fact getting the correct edge of each stone that you're downgrading or upgrading to. Only takes about 12, maybe 15 laps to bring the edge back. I usually only kill the edge once. Sometimes I kill it twice on the edge of the stone. All these have been guaranteed to have the correct edge. So we're going to now go on this beautiful little Torrey, which is the older of the two razors, and we're going to put this onto my Tam O'Shanter. This is a beautiful Tam O'Shanter antique stone, had to buy it, and I'm going to compare it to Mark's, which of course is the Water of Ayre. Totally different slurry. The slurry on this is a very white slurry on the Tam O'Shanter. I rather love it because it's got all the little prestigious marks showing it's been proofed and used. Anyway, let's try the slightly older razor, well, the much older razor, and try this first of all on the lovely Tam O'Shanter. Very smooth. Do excuse the knocks and bangs. This has got a ridiculously long lid to it, and I'm not going to remove it. I can't. The stone's glued in. Anyway, the Tam O'Shanter is one of the most beautiful stones I've ever seen. It has the most beautiful speckles. Very, very even speckles. Now, as Mark said earlier today on Facebook, one of the Facebook posts, that you don't need that many strokes on a fine stone when honing. And I can absolutely guarantee this is right. I've been looking under my little handheld microscope, this one, and watching the scratch patterns going from really coarse at 1K right down to almost mirror finish at 10K. Now, there's no point taking it to 12K or 20K if you're then going to put a natural edge on it, because the whole point of a natural edge is you get that lovely sand blasted look, which tells you you've got a lovely natural edge. Anyway, I'm only going to do a few more on this and call that it. So that's the Tam O'Shanter in all its glory. I think you'll admit, if you can see, that this is a lovely speckly stone. Obviously, both edges have been equally treated, so it'll be great fun to shave with them in a minute. Tam O'Shanter on a Torrey versus a Solingen on a Water of Ayre. So I'm going to wash a little of this slurry off because you don't need it no more. And just try purely water. See what it feels like. I've got an awful lighting in here today, chaps. Do forgive me if you're viewing this. This is very bright September sunshine. Yeah, I can tell by the feel. This is a nice edge. A very pleasant edge. So a couple more strokes and I'm going to call that it. Very wet stone now, no slurry at all. Just a couple of finishing strokes. I do like a bit of a diagonal pull. Don't know if you can see that, chaps. I don't just go straight up, straight down. Always edge leading, because we don't want any nasty ribbon edges. Anyway, that I'm going to call it. So that's a Tam O'Shanter edge. I'm now going to put this beautiful cased Tam O'Shanter down and wipe off the blade, and I can then tape off the tape. This was a tape, the first video I did just now was a tape experiment, and I was absolutely shocked by how bad some of the thin tapes can be. Anyway, yeah, so that's the Torrey now on a Tam O'Shanter edge. Can I just bore you to tears by having a quick look under the microscope and tell you what it looks like? Oh, it's lovely. It has got a little bit of the telltale, only a little bit of the sandblasted look. It's mostly not. It's not as you'd expect from other natural stones. I'm thinking in particular of a coticle. With a coticle, you get a very, very, very visible, frighteningly visible look. Right, okay, so here we go. This is now Mark's beautiful little stone. This is the water of Ayre. It actually feels slightly finer, but that's not accurate. The slurry is grey-white with a slight touch of purple, because it's a slightly mauvey purpley stone under sunlight. Yeah, I like this. This water of Ayre does feel very nice. I'm going to do exactly the same number of laps. I'm not counting, by the way, but I'm going to do my idea of the same number of laps on the water of Ayre. We weaken down the slurry. As I said just now, both these razors were saved and were honed on a 1K, then a fully synthetic progression from 1K, 3K, 5K, 8K, 10K. I could have gone 12K, I could have gone 20K. When you're talking about a natural edge like this, I don't really think going to the ultimate fine mirror edge, there's not a lot of point. But I'm going to call that, because I know that the previous finish was a good, quite bright 10K finish. So I'm going to call that now the water of Ayre. I'm going to thin the slurry down. There's hardly any slurry left now. I'm terrible with camera angles, guys. It's really a very, very low sun and very bright. So I don't know if this is going to work. I hope so. I really do. Yeah, it's a very nice feel, I've got to say. A few more strokes just purely underwater, or rather purely with water. You can see there's an interesting pattern in this stone. You can see that it is a slate, and there's a few lovely little shiny pinpricks. Little shiny pinpricks of probably mica or silicon, I don't know. You'd have to speak to a gemologist. Eric, he'd know. But that does feel very, very nice. The Tam O'Shanter is a different feel. I wouldn't like to say at the moment which is superior. At the moment, the water of Ayre does feel smoother. which is indicative of a very fine grain. So I'm going to call that it. There's no point going over and over and over. It's either there or it's not. So this is no slurry, just water only. Because I'm using tape, I can't actually feel just how sticky it actually is, because the tape is masking it. But let's take the tape off. We'll clean it and have a quick gander under the mic. Talking of microscopy, studying things with artificial magnification, I don't think you need a lot. I love this little cheap microscope. It really was very, very cheap. One of the reasons I like it, of course, it's plastic. It's very lightweight. So you ain't got to worry about picking up some great big heavy aluminium job. Right, light on. One finger underneath. Other fingers on the focus wheel. This is the Solingen blade. Oh, nice. I would say there's fractionally more of the natural look. But the real test, of course, is going to be shaving with them. So, chaps, we have a beautifully marked Solingen with now a water of air edge. Thus, we do also have, lucky us, we have this very, very, very nice Torrey, the American Torrey, and this one, which needed more work, and this one is on the Tam O'Shanter. So I'm going to now leave you, chaps. I'm going to rush upstairs. I'm going to strop them, and with any luck, I'm going to shave with them. So we can then shave to exactly the same dimension, deeply hollow ground, just about under 6/8, but around the 6/8. Hollow ground razors, carbon, of course. And we'll see how they compare. Tam O'Shanter to water of air. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope this is vaguely interesting. I just want to spread the word. We've got to get more people going back to proper, manly, straight razor shaving. It's great fun. You meet wonderful people. I've just ordered a stone from South Africa. I've ordered a Zulu grey. Yes. So that is going to be exciting. Anyway, that's for another day. Hopefully it's going to be soon flying its way. See you all soon. Thanks. Bye for now.